Alrighty. Hello, hello. I had to share that out. Let's go ahead and get this started over here. All right, there we go. Hello, everybody. Welcome in. I'm gonna move up some because then that camera can't see me, and I'm actually kind of low on this. But well, for y'all, my hair is gonna be cut off because I can't adjust it anymore. But hello, everyone. My name is Shakia Lavelle. I'm also known as Shakia, the Professor of HSINK365. We are the home of the Honestly Speaking brand of products. We carry the absolute best, most efficient, as you guys are about to witness and see, sublimation paper. It's hassle-free. Just about anything that I can press on this, except for ceramic, glass, except for ceramic, glass, acrylic, is something else. Slate, 365, 30 seconds, or whatever you kind of get, like your middle ground for, or your perfect setting for shirts. You can pretty much use that for any blanket. You just have to adjust your pressure. So you're going to get to see how our product works. We carry sublimation paper and ink that's 140 milliliters. You're going to see, if you're new here and you're using a different product, this may be a lot different than other demonstrations that you will see. And people teach beginners in a certain way, right? Now, if you are a beginner and you're using this product, you can do exactly what I am doing. And you don't have to do all the things that people teach beginners because they really don't know like which equipment you have and stuff like that. I can recommend some things that would be good to have, kind of like no matter what paper, but I am basically showing you sublimation. Even if you are a beginner, sublimation using this product, not someone else's product, using this product and the steps that I take to get amazing, incredible results on the product that I am using. And that's going to be Honestly Speaking sublimation paper. No matter the ink, of course, I am using Honestly Speaking sublimation ink. However, if you were using a different brand of ink and using this paper, you could still follow the same things that I am doing here. If you've watched other videos when it comes to doing sublimation and learning sublimation, you're going to hear things like needing to tape down everything, needing to put butcher paper in between the shirt, underneath the shirt, on top of the shirt, having to lint brush, pressing for 398 degrees plus 2 for 58 seconds plus 2. It's an inside joke. So those are the things that you're normally going to see if you're watching, the most popular YouTube channels with hundreds and thousands of subscribers and whatnot. People who have classes, they're teaching you it based off of the equipment and the products that they are using. So for that particular paper, that's what they have to use. So mine is going to be very different, very, very different from any sublimation tutorial you have watched. If this is something that interests you, if you like the results that you see, if you like the efficiency that you are going to experience when I press these shirts, then you want to go ahead and purchase this paper, okay? I'm going to do some sublimation and DTF because I have to do this for a client, and it was like a last minute thing. So they do have some cotton shirts and they already had DTF prints. We actually did them. She did 25 shirts in about an hour and 20 minutes, hour and 15 minutes a couple of days ago, but last minute family members. So I have a few others. So you're going to, at the end of this, get to see DTF because I have to take the heat press down from where it's at now. Right now, my heat press is set for sublimation with Honestly Speaking sublimation paper. So you're going to see, not sure if you guys can see it, but I am set to 365 degrees, 30 seconds. Okay. 30 seconds. What about hard surfaces? If it is something that you're going to do on a direct heat press, so ceramic, puzzles, can coolers, anything like that, 365, 30 seconds, no matter what it is. Even with tumblers, if you're using a tumbler press, you can go ahead and use that at 365 for 30 seconds, then rotate and do it that way as well. If you're doing it in an oven, there are different settings for that. If it's ceramic, it's a little bit different. But your metals, MDFs, anything that's fabric, because can coolers, we say neoprene, but you're really sublimating the fabric that's on top of that. Mouse pads. When it comes to metal, there's a bunch of different ones. You have keychains that are more of like a PVC type material. All of those, 365, 30 seconds. For me, that's what I have done. I technically can do 360 for 20 seconds, but 365, 30 seconds is kind of universal. I've even done that with a handheld press. Of course, you have to apply the manual pressure, but I have done 365, 30 seconds with a handheld press, whether it like any brand. I can't even just say like Cricut Easy Press now, because there's so many different companies that have handheld presses that you manually apply pressure to. And I've been able to sublimate at 365, 30 seconds. But you have to find your sweet spot because every heat press is different. And it's not just off of here. Now, for me, my heat press outputs 365 when it says 365 up here. You have to make sure that your heat press is actually outputting 365. If you are set to 365, but it's still outputting, like let's say it's outputting 375, you may end up burning the print or over sublimating. Or if you have it set to 365, but it's only outputting 350. Can you still use that? Yes. 30 seconds may not work, but you can actually still sublimate at 350 degrees with our paper. We've actually gone down to 325. I have some sample prints that I did. It's not the best quality, but this was at 300 degrees. This was 90 seconds. It's not bad, but you'll notice that some of the other ones are better. So this was 300 at 90 seconds. This is 365, 30 seconds. So can you still sublimate? Yes. Is it the same quality? No. But we have sublimated at lower temperatures. And it's not bad. Like someone who doesn't know very much, you would sell this to them and they would still think it's the greatest thing ever. But that's the difference in 365, 30 seconds and 300 degrees, 90 seconds. So our paper definitely works at much lower temperatures than the average, okay? There was another question over here. Thank you, thank you. Yes, tap, tap, tap the screen. Thank you for following. Thank you for the follow. I saw something else up here. I'm trying to find it. If you posted a question, I'm trying to go up. I saw something there. Post it again because I missed it. If you did post a question and I did not address it. All right. And then over here, I really can't see much of anything over there. So yeah. All right. We're going to get into this and we're going to go ahead and press this. I have a 4 t-shirt to do, a ladies cut, and 2 unisex shirts that I'm going to do via sublimation. And then I'm going to adjust the heat press and do the DTF prints. Now, you do still need butcher paper for this because I need it, or I use it to knock out the line of demarcation on the shirt. Paper thin isn't truly paper thin when it comes to sublimation and polyester because it's almost, not just like a memory foam, but the edges of your paper, you have a soft surface here. It can dig into it. It will leave an impression. Cotton shirts, not so much, but polyester or synthetic fiber shirts, you will see that impression on there. So I use butcher paper on the back, on the back inside of it, or like at the end of the process, the back end of the process. There we go. To knock out that line of demarcation, which you're going to see me do. I'm going to press all of them. You're going to see the colors. Once I finish all of them, then I'm going to adjust my pressure here and I'm going to knock that line of demarcation out. And that's when I'm going to drop my pressure, my temperature, because I can drop the temp and still knock that line out, okay? First things you are going to need, no matter what, some scissors. Doesn't matter which brand of paper you are using. You are going to need some scissors, okay? Because you want to cut down your print. Sublimation ink can be kind of tricky. And if there is any ink along the edges, you may not see it. But if it's there and that heat touches it, you're going to end up seeing it on your shirt or whatever surface you're pressing to. So you do want to have some scissors handy. That's one thing that's universal across the board, no matter which paper, which ink, whatever substrate you're using, you got to have scissors if you're doing sublimation, all right? So what I'm going to do is just trim this down and trim the edges off, okay? I like to try and keep it as straight as possible because that's going to help me with lining up my design. Let me grab this trash can. And we're going to put this here so I don't get dinged by TikTok Shop. All right. So we're going to cut all of these down. I don't really do kind of like the, cutting around like that because it's really hard to make sure that it's nice and square. So I just like to cut straight lines. Even if it's just a sliver of paper, you want to cut that down. Ooh. I normally don't cut that close to it. That one I cut a little too close to the edge. I like to leave some white around it because I don't use any type of cover sheet, butcher paper. If you end up with like your ink or your design really, really close to the edge, that can gas out and get on your top platen. So you always want to leave a channel of white. You never want to cut too close to it. Always leave a channel of white if you're pressing on a flatbed press. So I have all of my prints here. So I want you guys to take note of what it looks like before it's pressed. Sublimation is heat activated. So you're going to end up seeing this is not the final color. You will see the final color once it is pressed. All right. These I've actually printed from Photoshop only because I had to do some editing for something else and the print was already there. So I just printed from Photoshop. But normally I am printing from Silhouette Studio. I personally have converted Epson printers. I have 7210s and 7720s. No, you cannot purchase those anymore. But as long as it is a printer with sublimation ink in it. So whether it's a converted printer or it's a true sublimation printer, you'll be able to print with the paper and do projects like this. So if you are a Cricut user, how many Cricut, Silhouette, Caesar, Brother Scan and Cut, StarCraft Solo, where you were doing basically color blocking? You were cutting vinyls. Put a 1 if you got into doing apparel or shirts only with vinyl. While I go grab my pressing pillow. All right, no vinyl users. Okay. So if you ever If you guys were doing full color, but maybe using like a printable transfer, like on cotton shirts, that has kind of a heavier feel. You can feel it on there. If you run your hand across it, it feels like you can hit it kind of, not say kind of scratchy, but it's kind of loud. Sublimation, you are basically dyeing the fibers. It's synthetic fibers. They open up. It allows the sublimation ink in, and as it cools down, it locks that in place. So there you won't feel anything. It's going to feel like it's a part of the shirt. So that's going to be one of the major differences if you are someone that was doing HTV before. This allows you to, you can do, like this one, you can do designs. Yeah, like my shirt. You can do designs that are just straight colors, right? So I could have cut this from vinyl, all these different colors of vinyl. Sublimation gives you the ability to do full color graphics with shading and backgrounds and splashes and all sorts of things. So you're not limited to just color blocking or solid colors. Now I am going to, this is kind of like pre-pressing, but I don't really have to pre-press because I'm using a pressing pillow. I need to check the pressure. I really don't want, thank you so much for the heart. I really don't want a whole lot of pressure. So like a 1 or 2 is good. So I was actually kind of spot on. Actually, you know what? Let me tighten up my screws first because that always throws me off. See, now it's a little bit more. So now it's more like a 3. So let me turn this back some. So I'm at a 1. That's going to be pretty good there because I don't really do a lot of pressure, okay? All right. So the question on the floor, what's your favorite brand of polyester t-shirts? For me, I have quite a few of them. Team 365, Sports Tech, and this one is a Vapor. So when it comes to kid shirts, it's really like Vapor, or is it Subli V, Subli Live, something like that, are the ones that I will end up using. So these, for this youth one, it's a Vapor. Then I have a Team 365 shirt and a Sports Tech shirt that you're going to see. I actually prefer the Team 365 ones. I think that's what this one is. Yeah, this is a Team 365 that I have on. All right. So I'm going to take my print. I do like to fold it in half. I'm going to hold it up to the light. Find my center point, increase it. I'm going to place it on the shirt. I'm pretty good with eyeballing now. So I'm just going to place that there. And we're going to press this for 30 seconds. Welcome, welcome. Thank you guys so very much for joining. Hello, hello. Hi, Danny. Incredible greetings. Incredible afternoon. Hello, hello. Thank you guys so much for taking the time to see the notification and click on it. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Oh, okay. So we had a couple people that were doing vinyl. All right. So I ended up missing these because I was too far away from the computer. So, I mean, yeah. All right. So, oh, hold on. Let me get back over here. All right, so I'm going to bring this to you guys so that you can see. 365, 30 seconds. Now, I did not do this design. With Sublimation, his face looked really dark, but that was the picture that they provided. All right. So this is how it looks before. And you can see the difference in the color. All right. You can see the differences in the color from before to after. And then this is what's left on the paper. So I'll come back to this after I do all of them. Ooh, what was on the back of this? All right, now I don't need this. We're going to do, oh, I got to let her know I found one small. I'm going to check my pressure again. So with it closed, I'm turning it. Now I know I have even pressure. And that's going to be the same pressure for all of those. Okay. Yes, this is the same image that she was doing the other day with DTF. I'm actually going to do some more of the DTF prints as well. She had some last minute orders from family members. So I'm actually going to fold this in half just to show this as a technique for beginners. If you are not comfortable with like eyeballing it, you can always fold your shirt in half. You're going to press it to get your center marking. Put your collar right off of your platen. If you put your collar right off your platen, if you want to do your 3 or 4 fingers, you're doing that off of the edge. But if you push it too far, you're not going to know where that collar is at. So I like to put my collar right along the edge. That way I can do the 3 or 4 fingers down and know like the placement for that. Now, I don't remember. Were these all the same size? I think so. Yeah. I think it's the one on the other side that's different. Actually, I think I got to print one more. So same thing. I'm going to fold it in half. Find my center point. Because I'm going to take this and line it up with the line that's on my shirt. And now I know that it's going to be completely centered. I like to go off center of chest. So whatever I want to sit. So I'm going to have that heaven kind of sit above. In between his face is going to be kind of center of chest. So I'm okay with where this is right now, which is actually falling about 4 of my fingers down. Everybody's fingers are different. You end up kind of finding your comfort zone with it. That's just a starting point. I'm going to be stalking all channels until I get things right. This is a Hatronics Fusion IQ. I let it go because I actually do need to adjust my pressure just a little bit. Oh, see, that's probably why this one has a little mark on it. I'll let her know that. I forgot to show on the other one. So the shirts that I use, I cannot speak for other shirts. Some shirts you may have to because it's not necessarily the paper that's causing it to bleed through. Certain shirts you may have to put something in between. The shirts that I use, it's a nice thick shirt. It's not a lot of the way it's woven is all together, so nothing's going to go through. Okay. Then I have a ladies cut shirt that I'm going to do. The ladies cut is a V cut. A V neck. I said a V cut. A V neck. And this is a longer design. So I'm not doing the whole 4-finger thing. I'm not doing that part because it'll end up being way too low. So I'm going to be like kind of sort of close to that neckline. As you can see, I'm not using any tape. I'm not lint brushing it. I'm not putting butcher paper on top. So I don't have to do all those steps. Those steps adds to the time. So I'll be able to get this done. If I wasn't teaching, it'd probably be done even faster. Did she make any other memorials, or she just did the shirts? Be sure to tap on the shopping cart for the paper, ink, and tape, because there will be times where you will need heat tape. We carry heat tape from 1/2 inch, 1 inch, 2 inch, 3, 4, and 6 inches. All right, hold on, because what did I do with the large shirt? Oh, wait, and I have to print. What did I do with that extra large shirt? Please hold. Uh-oh. Hold on 1 second, guys. All right, sorry about that. I had to send a message to the person who these are for. All right. So once again, as a newbie, this is a great tip to fold your shirts in half. You technically can press more than one at a time. You don't have to do it one by one. You can fold them all in half and then press them. Well, not all, but maybe press like 2 or 3 of them at a time so that you get your center mark. Oh, wait, I keep saying I'm not going to do this one. I'm going to do the other small. I need to print out another one for the large shirt. Hold on. Come on. Hold on, y'all. My apologies. All right. This is, I'm hitting print at 305. Well, 305. Let's see if it will start to print. Okay. So the printer is lighting up at 306 and a half, somewhere in there. So you'll see how long it takes to print that out. All right. So there it is. So almost 307. It's starting to print out. This brand of shirt, I really have no idea what this brand is. I just so happened to find that this was some sample shirts that I got from somewhere. So I do not know what brand of shirt this is at all. Don't know if I've ever pressed to it to know how it's going to come out. I just so happened to look, because she needed a small shirt. I just so happened to look in a bin of like shirts and stuff that we've probably just ordered or were sent to us. I found a small. So I have no idea what brand shirt this is. None whatsoever. If you have any questions, this is a teaching platform. Although we are a sublimation paper and ink company, we also teach classes. Our main business is education and teaching. So while you're watching this and watching the paper, checking it out in the TikTok shop, or what's scrolling across the bottom of your screen, feel free to ask questions. If you are interested in doing sublimation and you have questions about it, we are a teaching institution. We educate and we teach. So do not hesitate to post your questions. Okay, guys? Not too bad. I like this shirt. I'm not even sure what brand this is. So this one, yeah, like I said, quality of shirts. It did go through a little bit, not a whole lot, but it's not a bad brand. It definitely feels different than the other shirts. And I can see straight through this. I can literally see my hand. With the other ones, if I do that, I can't see my hand. But on this one, so this is a much thinner shirt. So thin shirts, I would recommend putting something in between because I can literally see my hand. So a little bit did get on the back of that. I'm not sure if you guys can see it right there. Because it's a much thinner shirt. So your shirt is important. All right, so while that one is printing out, I'm going to go ahead and knock the line of demarcation out of these shirts. So I do that by increasing the pressure. I'm going to lay the shirt back down. You still want to pull your collar off of the platen. I'm going to take a piece of butcher paper and I'm going to press it for about 10, not enough pressure, 10 to 12 seconds. I want heavy, heavy pressure. I want mine to say overload. Yes, it is 100% polyester. Polyester is not created equal. Some are really thin, some are thicker than others. So they're not all created equal, but it is 100% polyester. So I do that. I cannot use this anymore. There is ink on it. So that's where I use butcher paper. You still need it, but I use it to knock out that line and it doesn't take away from the print. All right, so this one is done. That took about 3 minutes to print out. Uh-oh. Yeah, it took about 3 minutes or so to print out at this size on plain paper setting. How many guys print to 13 by 19 paper and use premium matte on average? How long does it take it to print out? You can move at this speed. Get this paper. And you can move at this speed. You don't have to keep, most times, you know, when you're moving slower, you're second, oh, there's no shirt on here. You're second guessing yourself, you know, not wanting it to mess up. So that part of that is confidence building and building up your confidence to know that you can do it. But when you're using a paper like this, where it's really hard to kind of make mistakes, it makes your life a little bit easier. Then you can move faster. I never checked the actual pressure on the shirt. Yes, that's at a 2. That was too much. So once this one is done, I'm going to drop the temperature so that I can do the DTF ones. The vibrancy is incredible. Thank you, thank you. All right, so now I'm going to start to work on dropping the temp so I can do the DTF prints. But I'm going to help it by pressing out the line of demarcation. Could have used a little bit more pressure. I'm ordering the paper. Awesome, awesome. All orders before 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So right now, your order won't ship out until Monday because it's after 3 p.m. But normally all orders before 3 p.m. Oh, I just realized I pressed that for a whole 30 seconds. Oh, no, it was 10 seconds. All orders before 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time get shipped out. Monday to Friday get shipped out the same day. After 3 p.m. on Friday or after 3 p.m. Well, after 3 p.m. Monday through Sunday through Thursday goes the next day. After Friday, 3 p.m. on Friday, it goes out the next business day. Monday was a holiday. It wouldn't ship. So there's that one. So this one has been knocked out. This one has been knocked out. All right, we got to do this one. in Silhouette Studio. How do I save it? We're not talking about Silhouette Studio right now, love. Sorry. I'm going to end up doing a live Q&A right afterwards, or you can post it in the group. But I'm not answering any questions in regards to Silhouette Studio. That's too much hand pressure. I can barely open that sucker. All right. The last one is gone. Please hold. All right. Can you use your sublimation ink in all Epson printers that can be converted to sublimation printers? Yes. All right, so we still have about 7 minutes until it gets to the proper temperature for the DTF print. If you have any questions about sublimation or even DTF, those questions can be asked. I'm actually going to, while it's getting down to temp, I'm going to pre-press all of these shirts to help it get down to temp faster. Your ink, okay. Sublimation ink is kind of sublimation ink. Is it going to make a drastic difference as far as quality? Not really. Some of your colors might be, a little bit different. Also depends on which printer you're using. If I'm not mistaken, you're using the 15,000. Switching inks really isn't going to change a lot of the issues that you have because of the printer that you. Oh, whoa. Crapola. Oh my God. I have to now find. Luckily, this was a 2X shirt. Is one that I have. Something waste on this. OMG. I was wondering where that stuff went. Oh my God. These fell off my desk and something got on them. Oh, wow. Luckily, I do have a 2X shirt that I can print. Actually, I can put the DTF print on that polyester 2X shirt. So I don't have to print out another print. Right now, I'm just removing moisture. Moisture is kryptonite for DTF prints. All right, we are ready to start applying these. So I'll show you what I meant as far as doing multiple shirts to find the center point. The other shirt though. Oh, right here. So you just want to make sure that they're all staggered. And then you're just going to press it. Just to kind of create that crease and get that center mark. So this is different than sublimation. This is a DTF print. So it's already the color that it's going to be, but you're also going to notice some differences between this and sublimation because it's heat activated. It's different printers, different inks. The colors are going to look slightly different. I don't have a DTF printer. She ordered DTF prints from a vendor or a supplier here in South Florida. Yeah, it is a cold field. So I got to let that cool down. So I'm going to do the other ones while that one cools. But I don't have a DTF printer. I have no desire right now to have one. I have no problem purchasing DTF prints. That's just a service to where when a customer needs that type of print, they need to order in a timely manner for me to be able to have them printed out by one of my preferred vendors. Hola, hola, hey, 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 Glows. Pigment ink is for regular printing, labels, term papers. You can print your business cards. It's just a regular ink. It's not, if you want to use it for shirts, you have to use something like Jet Pro 3G, things like that. So pigment ink is just a regular ink for everyday printing. It's not specifically for, well, sublimation isn't specifically for shirts either because you can do so many things. But that's just a regular ink. I do invitations, centerpieces, cake toppers, cupcake toppers, custom boxes, things like that with my pigment ink. And then sublimation is for heat apply. Like you can do something with a regular printer and not have to do anything to it. For sublimation, just simply printing it, you can't do anything with that. You have to heat apply sublimation in order to see the final outcome. Can you see my shirt? Oh, my shirt says, I'll tell you what, I don't know if you'll be able to really see it. Hold on, I'll turn it. Hold on. If I stand back, I'm not sure if you're going to really be able to see it. So it says, Dear Uncle Sam, snap, welcome here. And then at the bottom, it says, I promise I won't sell them. I think, yeah. So it just says, Dear Uncle Sam, snap, welcome here. I promise I won't sell them, is what my shirt says. All right, let me go grab this 2X shirt. Actually, I had a 2X cotton shirt in here. I know, right? We all wish we could get a little snap, right? Uncle Sam, you know, it's some of us, we won't sell ours. Just give us a little something. We won't sell them. We're gonna put them in the house. That's what I gotta advertise. Let Uncle let Uncle JoJo know. It's some of us. We promise we won't sell them. Just give us a little bit. Just a little bit. My sister told me I should sell these shirts. I made it for me being funny. And my sister was like, you need to sell them. All right. Now that I don't think I pre-pressed that enough. That look a little funky. I don't know. I'll see once I take it off. That look a little funky. It look a little funky. All right, so we're gonna go back to the very first shirt. You take the carrier sheet or cover sheet off. It will feel very slick. It's kind of shiny. So you then take a piece of parchment paper, place it over the top, and you press it again. That really pushes it down into the fibers. Depending on the DTF print that's used, it can also soften the print. So there is going to be a significant difference between the DTF shirt and the sublimation one. Different type of ink. This is printed with this a CMYK color mode. This was done in an RGB color mode. So the colors are different. This looks more to me, based off the file, this is closer to how that gold looks. This looks more of a yellow gold. This is like a true gold. So this is closer to the color than this is. But it's still not bad, but this is closer to it. It's just that it does look a little bit darker than this one. Yeah, so DTF prints, when they're setting them up, their Photoshop is set up with a CMYK color profile. I mean, not color profile, file setting. But it's not the color profile, it's just the color mode of the program. And your colors change from CMYK to RGB. Yeah, his face is really dark on these. It is a little bit dark. I probably should have, and that's the thing too. Printing them from Photoshop, I don't know, I kind of want to print one from Silhouette Studio just to see, because that came out pretty dark. And this one was set up in Silhouette Studio. This was set up, like the gang sheet and stuff was set up in Silhouette Studio and then put in Photoshop and CMYK. So I know how it should look. So I'm not sure if it's something within the Photoshop setting. While that one did come out a little darker than I probably would have liked. I probably should have adjusted. If I'd have known that and did the first one, I would have adjusted the, what's that thing called? The brightness. So both processes, I had to do a finishing press. Thank you so much for the heart. Actually, no, it might be. It's in between the two, and I'm looking at it. Yeah, this one is, you can barely see his face on this one. That was in the best quality picture, but yeah, it's a little darker. 8, 9 shirts. All righty. Thank you guys so very much for joining me and watching Sublimation and DTF. This was done with, honestly speaking, sublimation paper and ink. So even with, like, see, this is the shirt I prefer, and then this is that paper cotton-like shirt. I don't really like these shirts. But thank you guys so very much. I will be back for our Friday Q&A. So get your questions ready. I will be back to do that. I'm just going to go meet her to give her these shirts because I left the other one at the house. So I'm going to meet her, and then I will be back for a Q&A. Until next time, guys, have a great one. Continue to unlock your creativity. Be incredible. Don't forget to click on the shop and check out what we have in the TikTok shop or on what's scrolling across your screen. All right, guys. Later. Don't know why it's not ending.